Hello, this is our final video. This is the final submission for the class. And with this video, we identify the market opportunity as well we test the value proposition for our customers. Our project is scubadivingcentral.com. It's a site dedicated for all the scuba divers to offer them information about specific sites that they can go diving, as well as other services like gear reviews, information, and many other things that the diving community might need. At this moment, I would like to invite you to see the 5 interviews that we have. How did we compile the information and how did we interview the people, as well as one final interview via telephone that other member of our team did. Also, at the end of the interviews, you will see the key points that we learned, as well as the final notes. So welcome and thank you for watching.
Fidelity prototype. This was what we started with. This is what we had to develop for the class. There's not really much detail in this at all, but we worked up something else I'll show you all in just a few minutes. But, like I said, it's called Scuba Diving Central, and basically we want it to be the go-to place for all scuba divers in the world to find all the information they want in relation to scuba diving. I don't know if show this is just a comment that they put in there, but this was the original homepage we developed based on, a standard web page design. So, rotating banner at the top, login information, search system, tab selection to give you options to find dive shops, to find dive tours, dive instructors, whatever. The search engine is the key for our website, because what we're planning on doing is putting all of the dive site information there is available in a database and making it available to the diver. And when I say we're talking general information like longitude and latitude, all the map, GPS information, the water conditions, the water temperature, the clarity, sea life that you see, and what we are doing. What we're going to do is basically allow the divers that are on the site to update the information for us, because we're going to offer a reward system, basically like a long-range reward card or whatever. When Dixie shop there, they give you points, and it works towards money. Money or merchandise that you can purchase. And we're going to develop that functionality into this website. So basically, the search engine is going to allow us to give the diver all the information that they need on a dive site. And then when the diver dives that site, they come back up and they go to the dive site to log their information. Basically, we want them to log whatever information they want to log. Photos, water conditions, I saw 3 sharks, I want, stuff like that, comments. Yep. It allows you to keep the information up to date. In other words, it'll be a date-based system, so if you have one diver dive the site, I'll give you an example. This is sort of like what I'm talking about. This is site information for the USS Oriskany. Have y'all both? I've never dove it. It's awesome. I dove it as an open water diver. I wasn't supposed to do. But basically, we're going to provide some general information with some additional detailed information. Provide water conditions, visibility, like 60 feet, water temperature at the time, when it was updated. And even give the diver credit too. I don't have that in this slide, but Basically, we're going to give the diver the ability to enter the information, what they saw, and upload their own pictures. And so for each one of the entries, there'll be a separate set of pictures that will be more up to date. That's one of the things we put out a survey. We only had a week to do it. We got 6 replies. But one of the things that was critical to just about everybody was dive site information. So this is what our niche is. This is what we're trying to monopolize on, basically. So, but you can click on this link or this line, and it'll upload. It'll show you the pictures taken by this diver, and then the most recent one, of course, is going to be at the top. So you'll see. Actually, I got them backward there, but the most recent information should be at the top. And then you'll be able to click on the individual images or mouse over them, and it'll expand the size of them and all this. These are actually images from another website, but they give us waypoint information so you can enter GPS. Go through. I was just going to show you this. This was actually the last slide, but an idea of what we're talking about as far as the search capabilities, allowing you to actually search on a location. If you want to go to Sao Paulo, Brazil, you know, wherever you want to go in the world, you might want to dive. We want to be able to, you know, enter that location and find dive sites, dive tour operators, dive shops, anything and everything that you possibly
Or
need.
to get something to eat near the dive shop. You know, so that's one of the skills for divers. You have to map a dive site. All of that same information. Yes, emergency information where the nearest decompression chamber is. You know, it's probably good thing to have on there. Or to get something to eat, average temperature, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, let me have a bunch of pens. So if I have a survey to ask, I'll look up fill out if you don't mind when you get a chance. Something wrong. It's like 60 questions. But yeah, what you're telling me, the barometric chamber.
Yeah. We're the nearest one. And
I'm a member of the band, so I
yeah, me too.
I get flown wherever it is.
Yeah.
But I've got to call Dan first, which is, I don't know how that's going to happen.
I don't know either yet.
That's the caveat. They'll pay for it, but you got to call them. So, nearby restaurants.
Yep.
What else did you say? You said little water conditions.
Water conditions. Even I guess probably maybe the nearest hospital. If you do not have say a shark takes a chunk out of it, you don't necessarily need the chamber.
Yeah.
I think what else?
Well, if you do a shore dive, access to the site.
Yep.
Where's
Parking
the
and all
best?
that kind of
Where's
stuff.
the best access? Where's parking? Because we've done a lot of shore dives, and parking is always
unless you've been there before and familiar, parking is a hassle.
Yeah, I hate food.
Yeah. We do
But
distance jetties.
I was going to say, yeah.
It's
Brian was telling me about, or maybe we were talking at the restaurant at the Japanese hibachi restaurant a while back about the distance that you actually have to walk out on the jetties.
Yeah, it's a nice workout.
Yeah, so.
well, there's another site that we go. It's the Brooks Bridge. It doesn't sound like much, but there's parking right there. Steps that go right down into the water.
Staircase
Boom,
goes
you're
down
out.
the water.
You're down in the water, and all those little pylons are your own little.
Where is that located, actually?
In Fort Walton Beach. It's the bridge that goes from Fort Walton Beach over to Opelika Island.
that's the one where when you go over the bridge, there's hundreds of boats around the area.
No, that's
Or
that's
is
the
that
bridge.
that's the bridge.
That's the bridge for East Bend.
So this is west
Brooks
of
is
that.
just a small little bridge,
Yeah.
right out of Fort Walton Beach. Right over onto the island.
Dive off the west side, I guess, of the bridge. And this bridge is sort of north is up. It's,
So the best dive locations.
yeah.
What one of the guys that responded to in the survey was mentioned this was as far as the boat dive was concerned, or maybe even a short dive. But if you're going with a group, it'd be interesting to know what certifications the team members actually have,
Yeah.
so that you don't necessarily want to go with somebody that's really green if you're a master diver or whatever. But,
Is there going to be a way to log on to the site? People are going to be able to. Is there going to be kind of sort of like a forum part of it?
forum? Yes.
The reason I say that is I'm on a couple of RC forums, and they actually have a couple of places, the races you won and all that kind of stuff. So you start talking to somebody, you kind of know their background. Listing that drive on yellow bio.
For the person.
Yeah. So, that'd be kind of neat to have.
Do you log your dives? You log them on paper? You log them on an application, or
No, I've got
you log them?
I put my computer uploads them to my laptop, and then I also transpose all that onto my regular patio line.
But would it be beneficial to have that online as well, to have that information available? And that would be information that would be available to everybody else, but it would be information that might be.
I don't know if it'd be that, maybe just the update of how many dives you've done, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe your highest certification that you have and your log
Most
dives.
recent dive or something.
Yeah. Most recent dive, yeah, and total dives log.
It was the first thing you said, and I lost it.
Total dives log,
Total dives log, the highest certification,
most recent dive.
and most recent. We went based off of a standard website. This is the rotating banner at the top of the page. It's going to be based off of pictures that people post or news information, or whatever's pertinent at the time. So whenever they go to the website, you have the ability to surf the website with or without logging in. We prefer you log in.
There's a lot of, you mentioned that, there's a lot of forums, if you want to push that login, they make it where you can't necessarily see the photos and stuff. I don't know if you've been on some of the forums.
I've been on
where if you don't log in, you'll just see like a box.
image placeholder.
And it says, you'll see this image if you log in. So I don't know if that boost, I guess, sign. Yeah, exactly. Participation.
I don't want to really call it force logging in. View images, I think that's what it says. But the key, of course, is that we're going to offer the reward system. So I think it's going to, and we're going to, of course, deal with the dive shops, vendors, get them involved, so that whenever you're earning enough points, you can go to a dive shop.
Yeah.
So, or get a discount on what you're in. So, this is just basically the tab info. We're showing dive shops, diving tourism destinations. This would be like forums or whatever, like you're talking about. So, I know this looks pretty basic, but literally it's supposed to be a wireframe, but it looks a little better than the image anyway. So,
Gear reviews, that would be nice.
That's diving destinations like we talked about earlier, as far as give you information on key diving destinations. Your input as far as nearby restaurants, water conditions, and nearest hospital and paramedic chamber. God forbid anybody needs it. And here's the dive bloggers. You misspelled bloggers, but it's there. But another section for news content and information. Of course, it will be advertisements, but you don't have to click on it. And links to different videos that may pop up in individual image, and you can click on it, and it'll pull the different videos up. This is a rework of the same information. Basically, we took the main hit concept for the website, and we this is an opening page of the website. If you were to go to it right now online, you can sign, put your email address in.
Everything all right?
Know when we're up and running. We have, and there's no way for me to actually print this on a little piece of paper, so I broke it down into individual sections. But it's where are you today? Where are you diving today? Actually, sorry. So you enter your information, where you want to go, city, state, whatever. There's a dive site called divespots.com that actually covers Florida, Bahamas, and North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good sign.
They have some of the information, but they don't have nearly as much.
All right, I'll call you a little
One
bit.
of the things that we're going to do as well is we're going to offer featured diving sites like Cabo, New Mexico, in order. And basically, based on the featured dive sites, we're going to. This goal's over here. It'll be there tomorrow, but we got delayed with getting all the development done in time. But you see, this is all. I don't believe that's Latin. I believe that's actually Spanish. You guys development in Colombia. So we just filled in some basic information. You can. This is just featured locations that you can look at, go to, and possibly find dive deals. You'll be able to click on any one of these and see all the dive sites and everything. Just like like if you were to enter the location. And this is basically the way the rewards program would work. Basically, you join the program, you go on a dive, come back up, log in when you get a chance, provide dive information, on the water temperature, water clarity, marine life, all that, anything that you can think of. And that's what we're trying to come up with is exactly what needs to be included in these slides at the very end. That's going to be one of the methods for earning points. So, and then based on that, you get the points, and then after you get the points, you can redeem the points for dive gear, either through the site or through a dive shop or whatever. One of the things that we're going to push that if we get cooperation out of the dive sites, you ever order any gear online? No. Never? Okay.
Yep.
I've ordered wetsuits, dive lights, and things like that. I wouldn't order BCD online, but what we'd like to be able to do is give the diver the ability to select the BCD that's available in their local dive shop, buy it online, pick it up at the dive shop. That way, you estimate, I don't know, like we're an extra large or a large or whatever, you get to the dive shop, definitely difficult to do this with a wetsuit. You got to know what size you are. So we want to be able to give you the ability to buy what you want online at a discounted rate, and then pick it up at a lower price. That's going to be a potential boom. What's the word? But the last part of this page, you didn't get to see the first part of this, but I'll show it to you in a moment. But it's just basically questions. And we weren't allowed to do more than one page, so we have so that they can see what we're looking at doing for the diver, so that they have current information. Like this is my dive for the Lulu when I went in on 6/1/2013. This is the approximate conditions. This is the waypoint, degrees, longitude, latitude, longitude is, and the water conditions at the time. And that's the de-risking. So, y'all think of anything else that you think of that might be good to put on this page? This is be like a small subsection of the site that you can expand. It's actually about this big, but I blew it up from.
I know from the Patty dive log books, there's a surface temperature and a bottom temperature.
Okay.
That might be. There's actually an air surface bottom.
And what's the difference between air and surface?
The surface of the water, a lot of times you'll have,
The
it
temperature
kind
of
of
the
tells
water
you if you've got thermoclines, big drastic temperature change.
Okay, so you're talking. You say the air temperature versus the surface. You're talking about
Surface,
water,
surface,
the surface
yeah,
air. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And what I'll do is I'll go back. My dive computer every 15 seconds takes a reading. So when I download it, I'll go back. I first jumped into the water, and I'll look and I'll call that the surface temperature. It depends on how much. If there's a big variation between the air temperature and the water temperature, I'll usually give it a little bit. Maybe wait a couple of minutes, and then kind of estimate that surface temperature. The same thing. I'll wait till the very end of the deepest part, because mine shows the profile of my dive, and I'll usually gather my bottom temperature right before I start my ascent. That kind of gives me a real accurate
What the temperature was at whatever levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got a
I don't know if
Sunto D6 that does similar, but I have to use I think it's wayscout.com or something like that. I upload the information to the graphic. I don't have any software for it. It does the same thing.
my Oceanic, it's Lux 2 brand or the model. The software is free online. You pay almost $100 for the board to connect it to the. It's got USB on one end, and there's a real funky looking for snaps on the back, and you better be holding on to it. You hit download, if you move it all, it disconnects.
It doesn't move your data.
No, you just have to re-download.
Yeah, that's the Sunto. I have the cable for the Sunto. It's difficult to actually get it. Actually, you put it on and then you twist it, I think, to hold it in place. So it's been a while since I've used it, but I've appreciated your time. I really have. Oh, I wanted to ask you some questions about the fact that you're commercial divers as well. Is that okay?
I mean, I don't know if you could call it commercial divers, but
Well, I don't, you don't select abalone or anything like that, but you do dive for a living. So, what benefit can you see this website giving you as far as the commercial wood diving industry? Would it benefit to it, or anything that we can put on that would make it beneficial to you?
You know, maybe be able to pop on there and see where the nearest, information as far as that near that dive site. The problem is we're not doing a whole lot of diving at dive sites. Nobody really wants to dive where we're diving.
No, you're fixing bridges.
Yeah. Can't think of anything.
We've had some pretty cool dives as a result of it. We've gone back after the work and dove recreation.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason we go to Brooks Bridge. And we've been back twice, I think, to dive. Once in a while,
We've been back
twice,
twice.
yeah. If we just dove that, like this would be a neat place to dive, on a weekend or something. We've gone back.
And people that want to dive, that don't really want to throw the money out every week for a boat, you got a few hours, they want to get wet. Those little sites, bridge, take that with your car, you're in and out, done.
Doled out. Yeah, doled out $125 for a boat ride. Yeah, a boat trip. Tipping and all that kind of stuff. So.
Can I get you to take just a few minutes to fill out a survey?
Sure.
Some of the questions on there are probably repetitive of some of the stuff we've discussed. There you go. It's should be pretty quick, and you don't have to fill out in every line, of course.
This is a website we call ScubaDivingCentral.com, and basically what we're trying to do is develop a website that caters directly to the diver and provides all the information that the diver could need for going to any dive site they want to in the world.
Okay.
And basically, this is the main page for the prototype. Let's see if I can actually get this thing to scroll down. I'll show you where we're diving today, basically. What we're going to do is I'm going to scroll down here first and show you the featured diving sites. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to feature dive sites throughout the world and give you the opportunity to see what those dive sites look like, and give you the opportunity through promo packages to allow you to book it if you want to online.
Great. We were talking about next year going on a family trip.
I know that Dive Pros is going to Cozumel in November, and then I forgot where they're going in March or something like that. But, basically, this is just it doesn't go any further than this right now. But basically, you see Cozumel, Mexico, Kona Mantis in Hawaii, and Ray of Hope, Bahamas. So if you were to click on this, it'd bring up information on those dive locations with a bunch of pictures and all the recent dive information. So, and we're going to do this based on a reward system. Basically, you sign up. Can't see the mouse. So you sign up here with basically log in, join the website. It doesn't cost you anything to join the website. And whenever you go down on a dive and you come back up and you've got your dive computer information or whatever information that you have available, you log that information as well as upload pictures on the website.
Okay.
And when you do that, it's going to go dead on me. Not dead, but it's just going dark. So, got to keep it active. So, basically, you provide the information, and that information is updated every time a diver comes or goes to that dive site. So we keep a scrolling set of information, a scrolling set of pictures, and current information on the dive site based on the last diver that hit the dive site.
Okay.
So, and then based on your participation in this, you get points.
The more you dive, the more points.
The more you dive, the more information you provide, the more points you get. And then you'll be able to redeem those points for discounts on merchandise through the dive sites. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get this to work through the dive shops too.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then we have another at the bottom of the page. We have just contact information. So, but the key is actually in. Let's see if I can just click to go here to go to the Lulu. I went to Lulu on June 1st, which was 7 days after they sunk.
Wow.
So these are actually my pictures, but I've apologized that we can't expand them out, but I have a GoPro and I took the pictures from it. And basically what we're going to provide is the dive site information, the dive site name, the dive conditions, the water clarity, the temperature, the air temperature, the surface temperature, the bottom temperature, all the information that you would normally want to know, so you'll know what size or what thickness of gear to wear, and you know what you'll need on average. You know, even weight information about what a diver wears, so that based on their weight, what they needed to go down. And I know that varies depending on the individual. So, but we want to get input from the divers as to what other information they'd like to see. This is GPS information, waypoint information that tells you where it is, where the dive site is, latitude and longitude. And
Are you going to have this expanded and connect also with charter boat services?
yes, we are.
Because that's a big one. I hear a lot of things about, we like this boat, but we didn't like that boat. This one rode rough, that style hull or whatever. And as well as, the duration. Did it take you 2 hours to get out there or did it take you 30 minutes? Because that makes a big difference.
But basically, it's hard to see right here, and we'll have lines between them, and you can actually see it probably a little better on the Oriskany, but this is the dive log entry for a diver. Basically, it says that the diver dove on 6/1/2013 at 11:15. Says water was green but clear, no fish on the wreck 1 week after sinking. And the pictures, I don't know if you ever saw any pictures of the Lulu, but when they sunk the Lulu, they actually had painted all over the wheelhouse and everything. And this is video or pictures captured.
Yeah, I saw it
in
just
video.
before it's sinking.
So it was pretty cool. Considering there were no fish on it, it was still an awesome dive. So, but I'm going to go back now to the Oriskany and let's see. But okay, so now we pull up the Oriskany information.
Now, will you be able to view past information as well?
Yes, actually, this will be a scrollable list. Right here, in this case, right now it's showing 2 dive comments, one from 10/24/2013, one from 10/22/2013, and they'll actually be swapped. The most recent one will be on top, but
Just kind of like a chart, I would think. Like, in June, the clarity is here, but the temperature is here, and, where you could, kind of, see on an average month to month,
yeah, we can definitely do that. That's good suggestion. So that's what we're here for. So this diver basically, and these are made up comments actually. So, but the water was great. Saw 3 sharks and several large groupers on this date, and then the date afterwards, or 2 days afterwards, the water was a little murky. Visibility at about 40 feet. Thompson plankton in the water, and you see a lot of that in Gulf. So.
Nothing new.
But at depth, marine life was abundant. Lionfish were on the wreck. I don't know if there's any lionfish on the Oriskany now or not, but wish there weren't. So hopefully there aren't. But I know they're everywhere else. The Russian freighter and peak tide and everything else. But they have a lionfish. The Reef Organization has a lionfish thing on Monday.
The rodeo and
and Dive Pros is giving away air fills for every 2 fish that you bring in. So I'm a little wary of them myself. So but this is a basic website. It's going to provide as detailed information as we can, including one of the suggestions made yesterday was restaurant information. Nearby, because everybody wants to eat after they dove. So And of course, if you're out of town in a foreign location, then you're going to want to know one of the best restaurants to go to, or some of the best restaurants of different types to go to. And like I said, hospital location. Is there anything else that you can think of that you would like to see on a page like this?
I hadn't thought about the restaurants, though, but you know, personally, when I'm on a website, and I don't go a lot of websites, I'm not a big computer person, as I said, but I hate all the pop-up ads. You know, give me an icon over there. Want to learn more? Click on that. You know, but you know, this is what I came online for. I want to read about this. Anything else should be, you know, in your pull-down help screen, all that kind of stuff. I understand why you have to have the advertisements and stuff, because that's what helps fund and pay for the site. But, you know, as long as it doesn't get too cluttered.
We're basically looking at just getting as much information as we can from the divers. So if you have any other suggestions as far as what you've seen or what you think of the site overall, I know it's pretty basic because it is just a prototype.
Well, you know, kind of like along the lines with the asking about, you know, which boat did you ride on? Did you go out on, you know, A, B, or C? Perhaps also what store did you book your trip through, or whatnot? You know, just so that you can link the two.
Okay.
You know, I've been diving with Dive Pros now for 25 years, and I've been diving here, you know, longer than that. So, you know, once you kind of get familiar with your store, you know, you want to see the continuity of it. And I think if I was on a website like this and I saw that, you know, a lot of people are going to Max Divers down here in the Bahamas, and not many people are going to this one. I don't want to walk in and go, wow, we just wasted a half hour trying to find this place.
Yeah.
You know.
You want to find the dive shop or the tour that has the best reputation.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know, be it by comments or just by the number of hits. If I go on here and I'm like, wow, you know, all these people, and I can see that they're all on different dates, all booked out of, you know, Max. Then that's the one I want to go with.
Okay. All right. That's good information, definitely. So, I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't turn the screen off. But what do you think about the reward system overall? Rewarding points towards the purchase of merchandise and not site-specific merchandise, but I mean literally the purchase of merchandise, BCs.
Now, would that be through the participating stores, or?
Well, that's one of the things that we're hoping for. We would love to be able to say that we have a web portal for different dive shops like Dive Pros, and basically we have a partnership with them. We want to have a partnership with them, basically, that you would be able to apply and use those points at that particular dive shop. So, whichever dive shop you want to use. So that's the marketing aspect that I'm not the expert in, but yeah, that's the general.
I'm not a
Facebook
person. I'm not. But you know, I know most everybody I know is, and I would think maybe if you had a way of almost linking those, because everybody wants to post what they did, but then they got to go online again and post what they did the second time. You know, if the two could, you know, hey, I can post it here, and at the same time, just send my information to Facebook, and you know, do it one time.
It's definitely doable.
You know, I don't know this is how things work out, but you know, versus trying to do it twice.
You good? Pretty good.
Because then you're getting it out there to the dive community, and then you're also getting it out there to your friends who are perhaps following what you've been doing while you're on vacation or whatever.
The technology that's available now today allows you to send information directly from an application. We'll have a mobile application that you put on your smartphone as well, that you can send the information or upload the information to it, so you don't actually have to hit the dive site to upload the information.
The reward points are nice. I mean, you know.
But I appreciate your time. I know you're about to have to get ready to go dive. So.
Oh, not a problem. That's just anything. And do you have a card or something so I can, when the site comes up and as you know?
Well, I tell you what, we have a main main page, and I have your email. Did you put your email address
Well, I
on,
put one,
on the
but
survey?
I would need to put a different one for this.
Okay. Let me see if I can find. Let me turn this my way just a little bit. You can take and enter your email address right here, and we'll have that on file, and we can let you know when the site's up and running. And
Did it click in there?
yeah, I clicked in there.
Okay.
We'll see if your typing starts showing up in it. So.
No.
Okay, there we go. UTC.com.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. I don't know if it works. The touchpad works as well with the mouse connected. So let's do a submit here. It says thank you for your registration. So,
Super.
Great. Well, we appreciate it.
Oh.
So
Great.
I appreciate it, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Keith Colvin.
Keith. Nice to meet you.
Well, after all the interviews were completed, as you can see, there were very valid points for us that we learned. Some of the points that we learned that we would like to encourage other students is ask the right questions. We decided to create a survey initially, early in the project, to find out exactly what kind of information the divers needed in order to feel enticed to go to the website and look for that information. So during the interview, it was presented by one of our team members, and he tried to explain the functionality as well, using printouts for the prototype. What we find out is that a lot of people were very interested on the actual information that we're about to offer, that we would like to offer in our project and hopefully our startup. We found, for example, that people would like to get information about specific sites, specific diving sites, like climate conditions, marine life, all the conditions through the year as far as of currents and tide information. So it was very critical for us to find out, because that's what we would like to offer, the information that they're looking for. Not only the tourist information, or not only where to go to a specific site. We also received very good feedback. For example, people recommended to add like a job posting for dive masters or instructors. We also found out that people would like to have a place so they can log their dives. Pretty much every time they go diving, a place that they can show their friends all the dives that they have done and log them in. That was a very good feedback that we got. We also learned that it's important to ask the questions that are relevant to the market, and not to try to find out information that is not real. We went very specific with our questions, and we were very clear to what we want to find out. Also, another good recommendation that we got as a feedback was emergency places, like they can go in an event of emergency, like a hospital or a barometric chamber in an event of a scuba accident. So those were key things that we learned that we have to implement. Always listen to your interviews, take notes, take a very good estimation of what they want, and try to match those expectations, validating your information from valid sources. In our cases specifically, the dive shops and the boat tours that actually offer that to the divers. We also, with these conversations, we find out not only what they want to see, but how they would like to see it. And for us, it's critical a diver will not have a laptop. So it was critical for us to find out that a device, a handheld device, a mobile device is critical. So our site will have to be also geared towards a responsive functionality, not only for the PC or the computer, but also, I'm sorry, no, not only for the computer and the tablets, but also for a mobile device. We also gather a lot of information about very specific areas on our site, like as far as of what offers would they like to see, how many, if they would like to join for a rewards program. This is more for the marketing aspect of it. But in overall, the exercise was very good. We find out a lot of information, and we hope to see this project come to fruition in the near future. And of course, invite all of you to visit our project. At this moment, it is only prototype. It's scubadivingcentral.com/prototype. If you'd like to take a look around and play with the site, you're more courted to invite it. I mean, you're more than welcome to be at the site and visit it. And also to join our list. If you're a diver, if you happen to be a diver, join our list. That'll be scubadivingcentral.com. Just put your email in there, and you will be receiving something from us soon. Thank you for watching.